Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Cruz Azul 0, Pumas UNAM 0, 1-2 on aggregate, 0-0, 1-2 global, in the second leg of the semifinal of the 2022 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Pumas hold on for dear life and get to the final of the CCL against the winner of NYCFC versus Seattle. Stats are as follows: 12 shots to 11, 2 shots on goal to 5, 53% possession to 47% possession, 349 passes to 295 passes, 94 pass accuracy to 78% pass accuracy, 11 fouls to 15, 2 offside to 1, 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red card to 1, and 7 corners to 3. Very boring match up until the last 15 minutes, I'd have to say. Last 15, 20 minutes. Once the red card happened and the overturned penalty happened, game went crazy. Cruz Azul realized, oh, that was our last hope almost gone away. We gotta go. And they kept on pressing. They kept pushing. But Pumas, unlike what I thought, they defended. They figured out a way. They held on and defended well. I never really thought, personally, that Pumas was that good of a defending team. I thought they were more of a put the pedal to the metal, press on, go forward, get it done team. But no, that remontada made them believe in themselves. They believed they could do anything, that team. Lewellen has got them believing that they could do almost anything, that they're superhuman, and I respect it. That is awesome, the way they played. Cruz Azul didn't do good enough in most of the game at all. Not really any of it. They didn't do well in any of it really at all, frankly. Or the tie, frankly. They did enough to keep it close, but that's not the point. The point is to win. And then they forgot about that, and they just straight up thought, oh, we're supposed to score 1 and hold a clean sheet. We held the clean sheet. They didn't score. They had no finisher. Cruz Azul, their problem, to me, is the fact they sold Cabecita. They need a true finisher. Uriel Antuna is a great player, but he's not a striker. And he would have been out in the final anyway had they made it. When it comes down to it, Otero, he may be better than Romero. Santi Jimenez, he's good. Not as good as Cabecita. Selling Cabecita was an absolute foolish maneuver. They thought they could get on without him, and they couldn't. Cruz Azul loves to play games at hero's difficulty, master difficulty. They think they could do anything that they need to do difficulty-wise to finish off the tie. But no, they galaxy brain everything, and they got what they absolutely deserved. They got what they deserved by trying to galaxy brain it. And that's what happens. They have no offensive power. Their defense is good enough, but they still lost the tie. This game was better in the first leg for them, but one, they were at home. Second of all, they still didn't score. Pumas were the one to get it done. Pumas figured it all out. They're like, okay, all right, we have the idea. They thought, oh, people say we can't defend. Well, we're going to defend. And also down a man for God knows 25 minutes. They figured it out. They settled down, they buckled down, and defended. They were tough. They didn't care what you thought about them. They just cared about getting to the final. They only play for that team. That team is the star. And they're definitely going to have players that get rated in the summer. They're going to sell a lot of players in the summer. Because when they do something great, of course, they develop and then sell. Pumas is a great team. And they've proven without a shadow of a doubt that they do the right thing. They're a damn good team. They're a strong footballing unit. And they have a manager who makes them believe that everything can be done, that they are superheroes, that they are magic. And they did it. They beat Cruz Azul, the arguably one of the biggest teams in Mexico. Not arguably, they are one of the biggest teams in Mexico, one of the biggest teams in Concacaf. And this is the second straight year that Cruz Azul, under this new management, have choked in Champions League in the semifinal. Monterrey, they got their teeth knocked in. And then here, they got shocked by Pumas. But Pumas, arguably, were the better team the whole tie. Pumas deserved to win this. Whether it was them on the front foot, pressing it forward, and doing the right thing, or figuring out, we got to get it done. Let's defend and prove that we can defend, even without our best center back, which is not saying much, but it's saying what it is. They got it done. And they gutted it out. And that's exactly what they deserved to do and what they needed to do. They gutted the game out. They were the better team on the night. They were a better team in the tie. They deserved to win, and they did. And that's exactly what you saw. They gutted it out. They realized that maybe being on the front foot wasn't the best idea in either situation, and they figured it out. That how they needed to do it. So, with that being said, you look at it and say, okay, Pumas to the final against Seattle or New York. That's a very palatable tie. MLS probably definitely has the upper hand in this situation. Even New York probably has the upper hand in this situation. But for me, you look at the situation, and I think we'll do If I Were You. Cruz Azul fans, if I were you, I'd question the team. I would question the manager. This is a situation where you have to realize that maybe, just maybe, Reynoso got you a title, but he ain't getting you more. And he got you a Campeón de Campeones, but intercontinentally, he may not get you more. This may be the time to say, okay, we may just have to go back to the drawing board. I think y'all have to realize that this is the time that maybe things have to be taken into consideration, and that the team is a good team, but they need a true striker. They need a true finisher. They need to make some changes in the summer and hopefully get back to the CCL. If they don't, I don't think Reynoso should stay past this Liga if they can't get to the final of the Liga. I'm being honest. I think it's better to deal with him now and realize that he may have been lucky and done something amazing for you, and then be like, he may not be that good anymore, and get him out now, than just, oh, wait. It may be, let's let him be there as long as he wants. I don't think that's the answer. I think if he doesn't get back to the CCL and get to the Liga MX Clausura final, Liga final, he needs to go. I think it's honest. I think this is the time to make that assessment. That it's probably done for him if he doesn't get back to the CCL. Because you have that league. It's time for more. And he's been embarrassed twice in CCL. And ever since that Liga, the Rompela, he may not be it. He hasn't been that great as a manager. He had a good first season, and then ever since then, it's not been the same. He hasn't recaptured that genie in a bottle, that lightning in a bottle. I'm just saying, it may be time. It may be time. And for Pumas, if I were you, be proud. This Pumas team is a freaking wagon. They believe in themselves. They believe they could do anything. And if the fans are behind them in the first leg of the final, depending on what happens tomorrow night, they're going to need that oomph. They're going to need that push. But if they get to the final and they play the first leg at home, I think they could do it. I think they could do it if they play the first leg in Seattle/New York, frankly. But depending on the way the final goes, or the second semifinal goes. With that being said, though, this could be Pumas. The way they play, I think they could do it. They're a definite wagon. Lewellen is a freaking genius, and he's beaten managers and teams that are better than his by far. He's beaten the Revs. I don't think the Revs are better, but they dominated the hell out of them in the first leg. And then the second leg, Pumas come out and just absolutely do the reverse. So they were absolutely finished, and they figured out a way to get through. The Saprissa tie, they dominated Saprissa as they should, especially the second leg, but still had 2 away goals. That tie was never in doubt. Then this tie, he masterminds a 2-leg freaking masterclass and gets out Cruz Azul. Lewellen is a freaking genius, and he has players like Dineno, Golden Boot, Goleador, Diogo, Mozo, who should be playing for El Tri. Pumas are freaking amazing. They're a wagon. Like, the team is the star, but they got some stars, and they know how to freaking win. They got fire in their veins. They got everything they want. That team is for each other. They're fighting their butts off to get it all done. So if I were you, I'd be proud. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Hit that big red bell notification once you subscribe. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Tomorrow, if the severe weather doesn't knock out my power before the match, or a tornado don't hit my house, or if a tornado doesn't hit my house, hopefully that don't happen. But basically, if the severe weather doesn't affect me that much, whether it's the power, we get hit with a tornado or something. Basically, if the house is still standing, I still have power, I will be live for the other semifinal, and I'll do an RSR. Point is we got to see how the severe weather does before that, but it should be over by the time the match starts. So as long as I have power and the house is still standing, well, I guess if the house is still standing, that's how I have power. You get the point. Basically, I got to get through this severe weather that they're talking up a big game for. We shall see. Hopefully it is just, if there is damage, hopefully the power is what's out, but we'll see. So with that being said, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, hopefully it's just the power outages. We'll see. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.